Traders Inc. So I'm gonna go over some of the trades that we took today in our community. So one was DWAC. So right here, my analysis was on a daily. I gave this in my actually pre-market analysis, so I'll link that to the end of the video. You guys can watch that. I was watching this level right here, which is 91, and then a break of 98. If it got above that, it has room to run to about 120. And looking at the pre-market, I was noticing that it was going up aggressively. There was some sort of interest that buyers were sitting here, right? So right when it opened on the 3-minute, you can see buyers came in, selling, consolidating. So right here, when the price closed above the VWAP and the 5-day EMA, I started watching this. And I could see that, you know, there was some buying that was coming in here. And with the buying coming in, and as soon as it got above the 98 level, I took it up to the scalp. It went all the way to 101. I know how this stock moves in the sense that it gets whiplashed very quick. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of top wicks. So I exited my position really fast, just to see, just to take profits and see what the price does, right? If it's a strong trend, it's gonna come back, retest the opening range, and keep breaking to the upside. Okay, if it doesn't, that's how you know it's a failure. So if I kept holding DWAC, I would have gone for a loss. Second trade we took today was ROKU. ROKU was weak in the pre-market, right? So what I was looking at the daily analysis, that you can clearly see that there's a gap, and the gap is holding. So that means there's still sellers that are sitting here, right? And the second thing that I always love to watch is I always go into the smaller time frame, the hourly, and see that what trend ROKU is in. Okay, so ROKU was in this downtrend. Okay. And this is where it had support, right? So if we switch back over to the 5-minute time frame, so as soon as it got below that, I know where the support is on the hourly. If it gets below this, I took it down for a quick scalp and got out, right? So this market, you have to understand, is a very volatile market. If you don't take the quick plays, you will get burnt out, right? So what I'm watching for ROKU now is for further weakness towards the end of the day, and I want to see if we can get below 125 to take another position on ROKU. The other position that I took today was ES, so which is the S&P 500 futures here. I traded options on this. So right here, this was when the Fed meeting started to happen. So Jerome Powell's testimony, right? Didn't really care too much about that, to be very honest. What I was looking at was the daily image here. If you know and can see, it was in the consolidation, right? So last night I was short when I went to sleep, some small contracts here, and I got stopped out part of the game. So this is my consolidation zone, right? And what I was watching for here is this level right now. So we're at a critical level in my standpoint, which is this area right about here. So I want to see what volume does here, if volume picks up or not, right? So the second thing I was watching was on an intraday. If we got above 43, 44 or 43, 45, we can start to push higher, because currently that's where demand, so that's where supply is, and demand has started to exceed that. So right in the morning, when that happened after the testimony, you can start seeing aggressive buying came in, right? And look at on the 3-minute, you can see the VWAP is way down here, and the 5-day EMA close are continuously higher, right? So, and then you can see the trend, it's still up, it's still pushing right now. So I took my quick trade here, made a couple $100 on this trade as well. Total, I believe, was around $400 to $500 today on quick scalps, consistent. That's after closing this position, so for a loss, and I closed net green, you know, $400. So still about like $1,000 trading today, but you know, this position kind of hurt me. So that was a quick analysis, right? You got to identify key levels, right? So if you're a trader, you can't get too attached to one way. I was wrong on the downside. Now I'm going to play on the upside, right? So that's a part of the game, how you go from red to green, okay? So keep that in mind. And, you know, I'm going to link the pre-market analysis so you guys can see how every morning I do my analysis, and I'll give you guys some free call outs there. Hope you guys have a great day.